take a test but look up the answers. What's the point of the test? Well, quite. What is the point of the test when we have access constantly? And in fact, that was the point that the lady over there brought up earlier, this whole idea that, you know, but I don't want to go down that route right now. Okay, just to quickly sort of summarize, how many of you in the room are now connected up to Twitter? Could you just put your hand up? Quite a few. Wow, compared to last year, loads. If you could just, in Twitter right now, tweet one thing you feel that you've learned from this talk up to now. We'll do some questions in a minute. Please add that conference hashtag. While people are tweeting, could you just quickly, with the person around you, just think of one thing that has struck you about mobile learning, about this talk, what you've learned so far. Just a minute. Okay, I'm connected to Twitter at the moment, and here are some of the things that people in the room have been tweeting. Sean, in fact, gets the prize for Master Tweeter. Where are you, Sean? But you've managed to tweet about 15 times in the last minute and a half. So, fine. Okay, we do have, in fact, which I'm delighted about, 5 minutes for questions and comments, anything not clear, and so on. Please ask. And David will keep updating Twitter so you've got something to look at.
The person next to me, actually, who mentioned that in her classroom people would say, well, I could do that for homework.
Adults, teacher training.
Yeah. How would you respond to that?
It's inquiry-based. It's not just the use of mobile technology, but when you do inquiry-based kind of work. When adult trainees, when I've had this comment when I was doing inquiry-based activities using, the internet and things like that they say I could do this for homework. So for the classroom, and lots of people still feel that they'd rather have the more traditional formats, especially adults.
Yes, fair enough. I think it depends what you use it for. So, for example, in my French class, I personally use video podcasts for my out-of-class time, but I see people in class using dictionaries, right? And I also don't take a paper dictionary. So that kind of use is fine. It's being integrated. If it's researching on the web, that's a fair enough point. So you could avoid doing those kind of activities. But I think there's a huge range of ways we can use mobile technologies in the classroom. Certainly talking to students about it first. In fact, I've realized that we've skipped a vital slide, which was how to... David, can I just show... was how to start integrating this into your classes. Sorry, the whole point of the talk. I skipped it. Where's this one? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I skipped over that by mistake. Okay. This really links into what Silvana was saying. Where to start? I would suggest starting here. First of all, check what mobile devices your class has. Talk to them about out-of-class strategies. As a French learner, I would have liked my French teacher to say to me, this is what's out there. Get a dictionary. Get these. This is the good TV station. Here's a Canadian French TV station. I would like that information as a learner. Then I decide if I want to subscribe or not to the video podcast. But at least I'm given the information. I think as teachers, we have a responsibility to let our learners know of resources out there, mobile ones. So we let them know about, stuff that they can watch, podcasts, vodcasts, applications they can download. Also the whole thing of geo-tagging, which Pete brought up a little bit earlier. This idea of that you can be in a geographical location with your iPhone and you can find information about places. So, for example, I could walk around Harrogate, I'm looking for a hotel, hold up my iPhone, find out about the hotel, read user reviews, so on, see other people, for example, in Twitter, I'm a Twitter user, who are staying in the hotel. I could actually approach them via Twitter, hey, I see you're staying in the hotel, etc. So it's all got these incredible social networks are possible via mobile devices. I personally don't approach people I don't know in the street via Twitter, but some people do. This is a personal joke. You think, you need to know about it. It's your responsibility to know about it. Okay, so after all of that, you've told them what they can do as independent learners outside of the class with their mobile devices. They do it or they don't, up to them. But what's nice is to integrate it into updates and feedback. Okay, Maria, what have you been doing with your English? Okay, you've subscribed to BBC Grammar Challenge. Okay, it doesn't get you up the steep hills, fine. But it's something that you're finding useful. And feedback. And then again, optional homework type things, which again I think links into Silvana's point. They can be using these optionally. The fifth step, though, is the in-class strategic use. That's a whole different step. It's a whole different thing, which I think we've left clear. And there are teachers already doing this. In fact, I'm very pleased to see Richard Johnson from a school in Seville at the back, who's already experimented with class sets of netbooks, and now he's just started a new project in his school in Seville with class sets of iTouches. Richard, do you want to just sort of say a few words about the experience?
Just exactly a year ago, I was in this conference hearing Mark Prensky talking about getting the technology in the hands of the masses, and I'm quite convinced. I think it's good to have a sophisticated classroom with all sorts of internet connection, Wi-Fi, interactive whiteboard, but I think the end goal of really getting good use out of technology is getting it in the hands of the students. And we'll be reporting on that with talks and sessions and podcasts and everything else. But very, very worthwhile, highly motivated, and definitely where the students want to go.
Okay, thanks very much. I would also probably mention cost here. The cost of setting up a fixed computer lab with 30 networked desktops, and the cost of having a class set of 10 or 15 or however many students you have in a class, iTouches, is considerably lower. Any other questions or comments? We've got a sort of minute. Yeah, Russell.
Nicky, I just wanted to say, you talk about a lot of these different things. iTunes, actually software, it's just a great piece of software because it just allows you access to applications, it allows you access to iTunes U, it allows you access to Word podcast that you talk about. And it's quite amazing how many people just don't realise that one piece of software.
Okay, I'll just repeat that again because I'm sure people at the back had problems. And Russell is singing the praises of iTunes, the program. You don't need to have an Apple or anything else. You just download it for free onto your PC or onto your Mac. Russell actually works part-time for Apple and gets a commission every time he works. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. On his website, though, teachertrainingvideos.com. So right, teachertrainingvideos.com, Russell's website, he's got some video tutorials about how to use iTunes, how to download it, how to install it, how to create podcasts, how to subscribe, etc., etc. So it's all there. Thanks, Russell. Yeah. www.teachertrainingvideos.com. Teachertrainingvideos.com. So it's difficult to hear, but I think the question was apps are for iTouch as well.
Are they only for iTouch? Those that you mentioned?
The ones that I mentioned are for iPhone and iTouch. Now there's a great site which is www.podgear.com. Glasses. No, pocketgear.com. Pocketgear.com. Pocketgear.com is a website that has kind of tabs for different mobile devices. So you've got iPhone, you've got Windows Mobile, you've got, what else is there? Android, you've got Palm. And you can click on those depending on your device, or your students can click on them. And there you will find access to apps for that device. Okay? But the iTunes apps are for iPhone only. Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to have to finish. I've got some contact details here. If you would like to get in touch with me, ask for any links, any more information, please, Twitter as well. There's my Twitter username if you want to follow or get in touch, and I'll follow you. And I hope that you have taken one useful thing away from that talk. That would make me very happy. Thank you very much for coming.